It can happen that I review a game that is not a Switch game sometimes. And today I am actually going to review Borderlands 3 for the PS4, PC, Xbox One, also confirmed for Google Stadia later. Thank you so much for the review code 2K Games of Europe. Now, Borderlands! According to Wikipedia, it is an action role-playing first-person shooter. Developed by Gearbox Software, it is a true sequel to Borderlands 2, which was released in 2012, even though Borderlands pre-sequel was the last released installment to the series. Is this game worth buying or not? Keep watching to find out.
The key's been in my family for generations, but the exact location, well, that's one secret my father took to his grave.
Story. You choose to play as one of the vault hunters who are thirsty for loot and treasures. In this story, the arch enemies are the twins, Troy and Tyrene Calypso, from the Children of the Vault, a cult of bad guys. And you will see a whole bunch of returning characters from the previous games. The story takes place on the planet of Pandora, but after a little while you will travel to other planets and exciting places. But I have to say, Borderlands is the sort of game that I don't play for the story. There's a lot of, humor in the game, but the humor doesn't really, But anyways, I don't play Borderlands for the story. I play Borderlands for the gameplay.
The right problem with this witch lives down Broadway. I think she broke.
The gameplay is the real meat of Borderlands 3, or any Borderlands game for that matter. It is a loot-driven first-person shooter game where you can either play alone or together with up to 3 other players. Choose one of 4 classes and take on a variety of quests and missions spread across the galaxy. This time the main hub is a spaceship where you will find yourself visiting a whole lot. I'm sorry if you hear a bird throughout the entire video. To sell off your loot, buy bag and ammo upgrades, or simply progressing the main campaign. You gain experience by killing enemies and completing quests. And when you level up, you get to assign a new skill point into one of the different skill trees. Each of the classes has 3 skill trees. So you get to choose the build that you want your character to go for, or what may actually just suit your playstyle the most. At first, when I started Borderlands 3, I ran out of ammo so much that it was not even funny. It was actually kinda hard as well in the beginning of the game, but it will get easier the more you get used to the controls, the more ammo bag upgrades you get. The game just gets better. It is basically incredibly fun to play alone. And just as incredible to play with friends. I have played a lot together with neighbor Stefan. The actual gunplay is amazing. The way I play anyway is to never feel too attached to one weapon, but to constantly change my guns out to always try something new and fresh. The map is very well improved on. I think so anyways. I saw other reviews that hated the map. I like the map. It's good. And the worlds feel, for the most part, really big and open and fun to explore. Some of the maps are actually just a bit too big. Depending on how you see it, it can be a good or a bad thing. You can also do matchmaking, teaming up with other players automatically for several game modes. The controls are great, the gameplay is great, the whole game is great. It is very addicting to open boxes and random containers. I always do that. Graphics. They are almost identical to previous Borderlands games, but they work. The series is known for its unique look with cel-shaded and colorful graphics. I love it. I have always loved cel-shaded graphics. There are so many huge and different planets and environments. It is simply fantastic. And a lot of the nature and scenery is beautiful.
You are forgotten.
Keep closer.
Music. Incredible soundtrack, everyone. So pumped up and so suited for this playstyle. Like techno-y stuff. You know, you can say what you want about techno music, but it is very suitable for this sort of game and gameplay. A top score on sound effects as well, and gun sounds. Actually, that is something that can be easily overlooked, but the sound of the guns makes you feel like that you are actually wielding these guns yourself, even though it's a game. But you know what I mean. The sound effects, the gun sounds, the music, the voice acting, it is all wonderfully well done. I enjoy the voice acting as well. The humor is its own thing, I have to say, throughout the entire game, with funny dialogue and always some crazy stuff going on. Now, the humor doesn't always hit me. It is very like a childish sort of humor. I feel like the humor in Borderlands 2 was better. Sorry about the bird, everyone. Verdict.
Don't spend it all in one place, except right here.
This is a game I feel like I am going to play and enjoy for a long time. I actually played the Handsome collection for a few years. Like constantly going back to it, I mean. Just for the satisfaction of shooting stuff. There are some bugs here and there. You know, when I was having a play session with my neighbor Stefan, we actually encountered a game-breaking bug where the quest NPC was stuck and forever dying. We just had to reload the world. So yeah, there are bugs and stuff in this game. But you know, there are bugs in every game. Name a recent game that doesn't have bugs. Please do in a comment down below. There were also just a few lags, but overall it was good and great. Not too often lags, just sort of like bugs sometimes. I love the Borderlands series. They are so incredibly addicting, I feel like. And there's a bunch of stuff to do. And on each map you have crew challenges, so there are things to do on each map to complete and stuff. So there's plenty of stuff to do in the end game of this game. Also just the satisfaction of constantly getting new weapons and checking their score and checking out the manufacturer of the weapons and how they feel. It is a satisfying sort of grind with Borderlands, always has been. There's also plenty of replayability if you want to check out all the classes, which I feel like I want to. I want to check out Amara and Flak. I chose Moose on my first playthrough, my current playthrough. So you can also control cars and you can collect parts for the cars. If you hijack a car, you can take it back to the car place and you get parts. I just want to give this game a 9 out of 10 for what it is. It is a social looter shooter, and for what it is a 9 out of 10. It is very similar to Destiny. I'm trying to push this game on to my friend Katrina. She loves Destiny, but she doesn't like Borderlands. She thinks she doesn't like Borderlands, but I am going to convince her that this is very similar to Destiny 2. This is kind of what games are all about. I love shooting stuff. You know, I feel this game is very relaxing for me. Just chilling in the evening, putting it on, and just killing a bunch of stuff with a lot of different weapons. It is a gun heaven, if I can say so. Now, if you are new to my channel, on the other hand, I do a lot of reviews on this channel, so please check out my other videos. Also do a lot of topics and discussions sort of videos. And I also want you to follow my Twitter. If you don't use Twitter, you should start using Twitter, because that is where everything is happening. All the crazy stuff in the YouTube world is happening on Twitter, that's for sure. So please subscribe and like the video before you leave. Feel free to support me on Patreon as well. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you later, definitely.